It seems that everyone loves chocolate and is touting the benefits, and the darker the better, right? But is chocolate really good for you? Stay tuned and you'll find out today on The Healthy View. Welcome to The Healthy View. Today we're talking about chocolate. I'm Andrea Beeman, and I'm here with my fabulous co-hosts, Lisa Lutan and Michelle Fenninghaus. We are expert health coaches who have collectively helped trillions and billions of people around the world get happier and healthier while staying sane and having fun, especially when they show up every week to hang with us. So ladies, what are your thoughts on this supposedly magical ingredient that everyone is clamoring for? Chocolate. What do you got, Lisa?
Well, I love chocolate, but I'm not kidding myself that when I eat it, for the most part, it's candy. It is a treat. It is not a health food the way most of us are eating chocolate. And yes, even if it's 70%, I still consider it candy. Now, I know on this show we've joked a lot that we're not a little square of chocolate girls. We are rectangle girls. We have to go back for more chocolate. I love that. I always throw that by my clients and they crack up with that. Rectangle. But anyway, even when I eat like 90% chocolate, I'm still going back for more than a little square. So I have to question, why? Why am I going back for more if it's not, the sugar or whatever it is? And I'm wondering, is it the caffeine hit, or is it that little bit of sugar? Like, what's going on? So even if it's supposedly good for me, I know at times it is not good for me because I eat too much of it. And that's what you have to look at. Is this another bad habit in your life? Because if you can have a little and get those benefits, that's awesome. And if you can't, you got to be honest with yourself about this. Is it working for you or not? Now, I do love using raw cacao and raw cacao nibs in some of my recipes, but I will be honest, even for me who likes 90% dark chocolate, that stuff is really bitter. And I do find myself adding, a little maple syrup or something like that to counter that bitterness. So that's my feeling on chocolate. What do you guys think?
I love chocolate too, man. I do, but I think there's a health halo around it because every woman will say, "Oh, I just want to have my piece of dark chocolate in the evening." And I'm like, I know what it's like. My biggest beef with the dark chocolate is that in a lot of brands, there's some unfortunate ingredients in there. Like if you really look at that ingredient label like you would on anything else that you eat, you could find soy. Why is there soy in my chocolate? What's up with that? There's emulsifiers, there's artificial flavors. So this is a processed food. It's candy, like Lisa said, not sounding quite so healthy anymore. But there are 3 ways that I like to experience chocolate without all the extra junk. So let me tell you about those. First, and I wish I had one here to show you in case you guys aren't familiar, but my favorite dark chocolate is the Who Kitchen brand. It's H-U. Yeah. Like in New York, right? There's the restaurant Who Kitchen that you can go to. They make chocolate. It is phenomenal. Really super clean ingredient list. So I'm going to have a candy bar. That's the one I'm going to have. And otherwise, I'm using, like you mentioned, Lisa, raw cacao as like a powder or the little nibs. And we'll put it in like little nibs on top of the oatmeal, or I'll blend some powder up, or if I'm going to be baking, I'm going to use it in baking. That's as unprocessed as it gets. And you can still get any of the health benefits that you're looking for from your chocolate, from your raw cacao. But I do want to put out there one thing for anybody who's listening or watching. If you avoid gluten, so let's say you're avoiding gluten because you have celiac disease or you have Hashimoto's, or just because it's causing some sort of sensitivity in your body. Chocolate is a gluten cross-reactive. So there's a possibility. I'm not saying for sure. I'm sure it's not you. But for some people, chocolate can cause the same reaction in the body as gluten. So I don't know. It stinks. You heard it here first. I just want you all to be safe with your chocolate consumption.
You just ruined Lisa's day.
Well, I won't even mention coffee then.
I'm okay.
You sure you're okay?
I'm all right.
The look on her face was utter horror. Oh, God, the horror. I actually, sacrilege of sacrilege, I don't actually love chocolate. I don't. It's not my go-to for a sweet. If there was an apple pie or an apple crumb pie here in the house or a blueberry crumble, I would be all over that. But chocolate, it could sit for long periods of time and I won't even know or remember that it's there, except when I'm bored.
Ooh.
Yes. When I'm bored,
Okay.
yes. If I'm bored and I'm like, I got to do this thing and I want to procrastinate and I don't want to do the thing, I'll be like, oh yeah, back in the closet, there's this little chocolate bar. I'm going to go have a little piece. And every single time, maybe not every single time, but majority of time that I have chocolate, I get a stomach ache. So something in me doesn't actually like chocolate, and raw cacao I'm not a fan of at all.
Why? Why?
Yes. Well, classically, cacao was fermented. It was, fermented for a long period of time. And then it was roasted, and the roasting of it would take out, the mold and all the other stuff that was there. So I'm a big fan of using traditional recipes. So I've had clients that do raw cacao, and a lot of times they complain of heart palpitations. So I say, hey, maybe just take out the chocolate, because chocolate can be a stimulant for a lot of people because of the theobromine, right? I say, just take out the chocolate and see what happens. So mostly it's just the chocolate, whether it's raw or cooked, that is giving them heart palpitations. And I've also had clients that have had acid reflux. And when they take out chocolate, they no longer have acid reflux. So I find that's interesting. Now, I'm not anti-chocolate. I just don't love chocolate.
So you go for the Pop-Tart, not the ring ding.
Oh, Pop-Tarts.
Well, every time.
Someone once said to me, at every like formal event, there's either the ring ding, which is like the chocolate lava cake, or the Pop-Tart, which is the fruit tart,
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Well, there is one way that I do like chocolate. I make it for Pablo and me once in a while, like on a really cold day, like it's going to be 12 degrees tomorrow in New York City.
Yeah.
So I'll take the cacao, it's actually cocoa, and I'll mix it with, I have a restorative herb powder that has ginseng and a couple of schizandra and some other roots in there. And I'll mix it with cinnamon and cayenne pepper.
I do that too. Yeah.
So delicious. And then I'll combine it with either almond milk or oat milk, or, if I have actual milk in the house, and I'll make a real hot cocoa. And that's how I like my chocolate.
I just have to say, I make a chocolate bark with cayenne. I melt chocolate and I mix in cayenne and cinnamon into the chocolate. Then I top it with like nuts and like coconut and that type of thing, and it kind of hardens into a bark, and it's outrageously good. And I make it super dark for you chocolate lovers. But just before we wrap up, if you are going to have chocolate, I love what Michelle said, like get the high quality, best chocolate you can get your hands on, and I think that's something we like to repeat again and again. Eat real food, don't eat crap, be a snob about it, get the good stuff. So thanks everyone for watching today, or listening if you're listening on iTunes. If you have any questions about chocolate, hit us up in the comments. We'll be back next week with a show about loneliness, which is a growing epidemic in our country. Make sure to subscribe to our show on The Healthy View on iTunes and on YouTube. And if you'd like to stay in the know and get on our email list, head on over to healthyviewshow.com and you will never miss an update. Take care, and we'll see you next time.